Is social media raising your children? Is social media raising your children? You feel me? I think it is. It's a lot of, it's not only children, it's adults too. Look how much time these youngins are spending on social media. You gotta ask yourself a question: is they learning something, or are they just learning pure ignorance? Don't get me wrong. I know the youngins want to listen to their famous artists they look up to, the icons and stuff like that. The youngins want to listen to music, and some of them do get something and appreciate the education on social media. But you always gotta remember, with social media, you got the good stuff and you got the diabolical, demonic stuff on here. It should be interaction with the parents and the children. My thing is this: don't let social media raise your children entirely. Don't let social media raise them entirely. Okay? That's what's wrong with us. Gotta take responsibility. You know, reality is reality. You know what I'm saying? Got all this technology out here, and then we get numbed up. We don't know how to interact with each other. People getting in arguments, crashing their cars in intersections because they all up on the smartphones and devices, and they caught up. It's like these youngins out here. They caught up in the latest and greatest. They caught up in what's going on, the latest fashion. They caught up in thoughtism, hoism, Instagramism. It's social media raising our children to be who they are. It's these millennials being indoctrinated with social media all the way live. You gotta look at this. You gotta look at it for what it's worth. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no joke, family. You know? And as far as the melanated people go, we tend to hash out everything on social media, which is not a good look. I keep telling y'all that. You know, certain information do not need to be shared on social media. But as you can see, there's a lot of things going down. And I look at these people on the highways and byways, when I'm going out and about, they hooked on this stuff, family. They hooked on it like a drug, especially the younger crowd. Everything they see, they want to upload. How many videos y'all seen on World Star Hip Hop, even on here, of women fighting till they butt naked, men fight women, people jumping in trash cans for weaves, and they didn't put everything up, you know, clout chasing, everything but the right thing. Again, give me some feedback. Do you think social media is the parents now? Is social media raising our kids, raising our children? Think about it. You really got to take that in consideration, family. When you look at it, I think 95% of the time it is raising our kids. Not the parents, not the biological parents. They go to social media to get guidance. I'm telling you, to me, that's not good. Especially if you're looking for the wrong guidance. You know what I'm saying? It's a mental illness, family. I gotta make certain titles on here because YouTube. I gotta walk through the tulip garden, so I gotta title my lives certain ways. But but when you really think about it, it's raising our kids, and that's a piss poor excuse for the parents that is letting those kids stay on social media. Y'all buy these kids these devices and everything, or whatever they stay within your domain. Y'all not interacting with y'all kids in the flesh, and that pisses me off. It's a blessing to have offsprings. It's a blessing to procreate. It's a blessing for a melanated sister and a brother to bring forth life by interaction of sexual relations with each other, to bring forth offsprings. It's a blessing for that. So why not take advantage of your siblings and raise them the right way and have interaction and nourish them and raise them in the right way instead of some goddamn technology? Okay? Technology is fine for resumes, for building a repertoire, for getting jobs, for networking and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, it's still calling the rule. You gotta raise your kids, not let other people raise your kids, or you shouldn't have none. And that explains what's going on now. Half of these kids that's almost grown, they're young adults. They roaming the streets. They creating all kind of havoc. They wasn't raised right. And that's the origin. They wasn't raised. They was raised on videos, video games. They was raised on junk food. They was raised on social media. They was raised on flip phones. Now it's smartphones. They was raised on all the stuff that used to come on Rap City. I'm talking about my generation, bringing it all the way up until now. VH1. It used to be back in the day. What did you call it? The box and all this. It was raised on cable, HBO. Now it's what is it called? I can't keep up with all this stuff because I don't even watch that stuff. They was raised on any and everything, but the parental supervision wasn't wasn't centralized on them from the biological tree, which is the parents. Just pacify them with that. Pacify them with entertainment. Pacify them with tennis shoes. Pacify them with materialistic things. Pacify. But where's the knowledge at? Where's the teaching? Where's the each one teach one? I mean, that's the necessities of life: food, clothing, and shelter. But you must put some installments, more installments within their mind: math, reading, writing, arithmetic, stuff that will make you money, knowledge that will take you to the next level. Learning how to remember, learning how to do certain mathematical equations and steps, learning the ins and outs and intricate parts of the banking systems and stuff like that. Learning how to own a house, learning how to balance credit books, learning how to do tax portfolios and documentation for yourself instead of paying someone else to do your taxes. That's what we should be teaching our kids, man. Not all this bullshit. Not pacifying them with entertainment. Not letting them stay on the internet 24/7, looking at gossip and entertaining gossip. But the apples don't fall too far from the tree when you got adults that's still not grown in mind. So I can't blame all the youngins. I gotta blame the adults too, because one thing passes to the other. You know. So I know. I'm telling you. I'm telling you now, family. We gotta stay in tune with our kids. We losing our kids daily. We losing our kids to social media beefs. We losing our kids to live streams and all this stuff because they trapped in the metrics. They need to be hands on deck. So I'm gonna ask you again. I'm gonna pose this question to y'all: is social media raising our kids? You know what I'm saying? Is it raising our kids?